Back in June when we had this case, I woke up in the morning, I had a cup of coffee, and our operations officer came right in here and he goes, "Captain, we have an SPSS." They don't come along all that often, maybe once a quarter or somewhere in there. And I said, well, how far? How do we see this thing?
Basically what we do at the District 11 level is we oversee the entire law enforcement phase of a counter-drug case. So the folks that are jumping on those submarines and doing kind of the really cool tactical stuff, we're making sure that everything that they do is in accordance with all the laws and policies of the United States.
During the process of counter-drug law enforcement operations, there's actually a lot of components that go into that. Specifically, there's information gathering, there's network analysis, there's the detection and monitoring phase of operations.
Before we even launch a small boat, we're analyzing this particular vessel that we're chasing. We're ensuring that we're in compliance with international law and that there's no indicia or there's no signs or symbols that we can point to that say this vessel is registered to a country. If there's no signs or symbols that this boat is registered anywhere, then we're authorizing to treat the vessel without nationality.
Back in the middle part of June, we got notified of this vessel in the morning. We spent the whole day racing as fast as we could at Board Monroe, about an hour before sunset, and then we had to race over there to beat them because it's tougher to do things at night. And at sea, there's no lights on the street, so it gets real dark, and there was no moon, it was cloudy, so when the sun goes down, it gets pitch black. We launched both boats about 15 miles away. Shortly after, we launched our helicopter and we tried to surprise, an element of surprise on this vessel. Came up from behind, we got our members right on top of it as it was going about 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour, which doesn't sound like very fast, but when you're going from a moving boat to another moving boat and you got water rushing over, it was quite a move. We stopped it, we banged on the hatch. There were 5 individuals that we had to take from the boat and almost 8 tons of cocaine. We won an award in New York City last week, and I said, of all my counter-drug patrols in the Coast Guard, I've been 27 years, over 12 years at sea. That patrol, this last patrol, is easily the most successful. 17, 18 tons of cocaine, this great case that got caught on video by one of our boarding officers. It's also the first patrol that I've gone on where the cutter that I sailed on was younger than me. So like I said, we were on older cutters. These cutters are 40, 50 years old that I used to serve on. This is the first one that I served on that's brand spanking new. It's very capable. We can launch boats, helicopters. We have great sensor capabilities. So it's going to be tough to beat this last patrol. It was the culmination of a lot of things.